Good morning to the waking world. It's going to be a day in the life of good old Alien. It's 4 o'clock. Woke up around 3:30. This is 4 o'clock in the morning, but I woke up around 3:30 in the morning. I really haven't got out of bed, but it's going to be a day in the life. I'm going to show you guys a lot of locations, and I'd like to start off my day being very, very thankful. Thankful that I'm in a bed. I'm thankful I'm in a hotel. Thankful that I'm healthy. Thankful that I'm alive, and that every day there's opportunities to change your stars, and that's the way I look at it. It could sound corny to some people, but to me, it's not like that at all. Every day is an opportunity above ground to change the things you don't like and to work things that are better. And Tony Robinson, I believe, said if he had to describe the meaning of life in one word, it'd be progress. And that's what today's going to be all about, trying to make progress. Let's get it. Breakfast of Champions, top ramen and rotisserie chicken mixed together. That's what's starting the day off. Breakfast of Champions. So like I was saying, Breakfast of Champions, chicken top ramen, and then I have a rotisserie chicken that I grab meat off of, and then so I'll tell you the story of that real quick. Lately, I've been able to get rotisserie chickens for about $4.97. They're lemon pepper, and I'm trying to get more protein in my diet because I've had days where I only eat like 10, 20 grams of protein. It's because of carbs like top ramen and like things that have a lot of carbs like raviolis and like homeless food that I've been eating while I live in my car. And unfortunately, sometimes while I'm in this hotel, I'm eating the same stuff because that's what I had available. But the rotisserie chicken, I buy it with my my EBT card, which is food stamps. It has to be cold. That's one of the rules for SNAP, which is also known as welfare money or whatever. That's like the only program I get for being so poverty. Poverty and living in my car and being homeless and all that stuff. That's the only one thing, like the only program I get really. Not even get really. That is the only program I get. From time to time, I might stop at a food bank, but it's been a while for that. And there are a couple places you can get a hot meal. But they're like once or twice a week, or there's a lot of drama that comes with that. So if I can avoid that stuff at any means necessary, then that's exactly what I do. But today's breakfast. So I had showed you on the video me just waking up and being thankful. I'm also thankful for a lot of stuff. Those were just the first morning things that popped in my head. Very thankful for YouTube, and thankful for the Alien Army. If you don't know what Alien Army is, those people are people that are subscribed to me. They always hit the like button and always drop a comment. I do respond to 99.9% of my comments. I don't understand why people will post a comment on a big channel hoping to get an answer. I'm a small channel, I can answer everybody, but even if I got big, the way I feel is if you take the time to write something, I'm gonna take the time to read it and respond, and I do respond to 99.9%. We're more than a YouTube channel here, we're an actual community. So this is a day in the life. I'm sure because you know that from the thumbnail and from the title, like a day in the life, locations, I think what I'm going to name it in parentheses. It's going to start my day off eating this. I'm not going to show you me eating the whole stuff, but I think it is worthy to take one bite on camera. I'm not gonna lie, that actually does taste pretty good. All right, let's get it. This is me driving to work, showing some scene. Yeah, you can see my cracked windshield. I talk about it a little bit later, but just showing the forestry areas, and it's easy for someone to pull over and actually camp there. Houses aren't that close either. Check it out. Currently 6:40 in the morning. I got here a little bit after 6. Went ahead and got some gas. A little bit of gas. I actually had to fill all the way up. I barely had any gas at all. It cost me about $35 to fill up my tank. Looks like gas prices are starting to go down just a little bit, or I actually know the right spots to go to. Like last week and the week before that, they were skyrocketing. Nonetheless, went ahead and got some gas. Popped into the gas station, used the men's room real quick.
had my apps on my phone on the whole time. So when I got here at 6, I did that. What I normally like to do is I like to go to this Walmart parking lot. They also have a gas station that's close by. A lot of the people who DoorDash and use gig apps, they come around here. I don't like hanging out with them, but I know a couple of them. I'm friendly with them. I say hi to them and stuff like that. I've given their cars jumps and stuff. I normally hang out on the other side of the parking lot because I like to be left alone. You know what I mean? I don't I don't need everybody in my business, and I don't like being next to somebody who gets an order and vice versa. I don't want to be like, oh, I got a good order, and head to the restaurant or head to the fast food place and go ahead and do it. But this is normally one of the places I hang out at. There's a couple of parks. I'm going to show you guys some of the spots that I go to throughout this whole video. So hopefully you guys don't just watch the beginning, you guys watch all the way to the end. As well, I'm going to start saying a special word at the end of a video to see if you've watched this far. I won't remind you every video, but that's what I'm going to be doing. So I ask that you participate, and let's be a community here. Watch the full video and see what the special word is. But while I'm sitting out here, it's being 6:40. For somebody like me who basically does this full time, then basically I put in full time hours, and sometimes a lot more than full time hours. Like I do this more than 40 hours a week. Let's say, for example, somebody who lives out here. They would go ahead and turn on the app from, let's say, from 9 in the morning till 11, and then they'd use it as a part-time thing. Or let's say it's around dinner time, and between 6 till 8, they'll turn that on. So they might only work these gig apps, 3 or 4 hours a day, and because they actually live in a house and they're only doing local deliveries, it's not bad for them. They're like, oh yeah, I do DoorDash and I made $40 today. Let's say that they did that. Well, one, they don't have to. They can take any order that they want, and not worry about like me living. I'm somebody who lives in my car, even though right now I'm in a hotel. But I'm somebody who lives in my car 99.9% of the time, not just working in it. This is first time watching one of my videos. I have a bunch of other videos. You should check them out. But nonetheless, I can't put on those kind of miles and not make money. You know what I mean? I can't put that wear and tear on my vehicle. I also want to stay in a location where, that I can keep getting orders. So it being 6:42 now, right? I've only gotten one offer, and that one offer would have ended up being something like 13 and a half miles. I was going to pick up something that was right down the street from here, take it 13 and a half miles, and it paid about $14. However, I still would have to come back over to this location, and so a total of $26 for 13 miles is about 50 cents a mile. It also would have taken quite a bit of time to go ahead and do that, and you never know what other offers you might get. So with DoorDash, I try to at least get $1 a mile. You know what I mean? Could that person, no tip, no trip, unless it's, convenient for me. And I do like helping people out. I like getting them stuff and bringing it to them, you know what I mean? I understand the necessity. But somebody out here that, let's say, for example, they don't have to work till 9 o'clock at night. I mean, not 9 o'clock. They don't have to work till 9 in the morning. They get an offer not 9 in the morning. Let's say for somebody's about to go to work right now and sees, hey, that's in the direction that I'm going anyways, and they would go ahead and pick that up and then go ahead and drop it off and then go to work. Somebody like me, I can't just go ahead and grab that order and take it to them and get $12, basically $12, and hope that somebody gives me a cash tip, and then hope that they don't go ahead and do a tip baiting thing and take the tip away. I have to be careful with that kind of stuff. That stuff does happen. And then also on top of it, if I say no to this order, will I get a better order next time? Sometimes that actually happens. Since then, since that was the only one order, but what I'm trying to emphasize is I try to start my day off at 6 o'clock in the morning. Being in the general location. This is just one of many locations that I actually go to and do stuff. There's different markets. This market in the past has been good, and then there's been times where it hasn't been good at all. But I've been out here, let's say for example, from 6 o'clock in the morning till 9 or 10 in the morning and not get an offer. And then when I finally get an offer, but that's that fear of missing out type of thing. Whatever you want to call that, like. you know, there's days where I'm glad that I came out here at 6 o'clock in the morning. You know, the early bird gets the worm. Then there's other times where I'm sitting out here, I'm like, geez, man, this really sucks. I'm not getting anything. Or if I got an offer, it's something that's extremely low paying. Like, you know, who wants to go 7 miles in one direction for $3, or, you know, for $5, and like for $5 to drive 14 miles, right? If on the way you pick up other orders, it's good, but living in my car, I need something like $1 a mile. So let's say, for example, I got offered $7 to go ahead and deliver something 3.5 miles from here. Okay, that's perfectly fine. 3.5 miles there, 3.5 miles back to this general location. This is a good general location because the street over here to the right-hand side of me, it has nothing but restaurants going all the way down. It's the main street in the city. There's several main streets, but this particular one it's got restaurants. It's got the fast food. It's got all of them very close together. So by being close to those, you know, those restaurants and those fast food places, I would get priority since I'm not very far away. You know, but just wanted to throw that out there. Yeah, when I get orders, I'm going to go and show that this is really a day in life. I will be showing you locations. Some of the feedback that I got about things you guys want to see and stuff like that, I got you guys covered with this video. You know, I'll show you some locations. You know, it's going to be my full day, so, you know, see you in the next clip. This is after my first delivery I did this morning, DoorDash, so the very first one. It's kind of like some farmlands. It's not very far from where I picked up, like, you know, 3.5 miles away from where I was at. I drove out here, kind of like got some country roads. It's got some like farmlands, beautiful trees and cool stuff. Very easy for somebody to camp around here too. Stealth camp at least. Got some corn, I think. I'm at my park location where I normally eat my lunch at, but I want to show the park without showing identifying marks. So like right behind me is where the bathroom is and where kids can play and stuff like that. But sitting right here in the front, look at all this clean cut grass, and then you got these trees right here. There's not homes behind that, as far as I understand. You could literally go in there and stealth camp if you wanted to. However, to enter this park, they do have a gate, and that gate does get closed at night. But you could walk through here, or be on a bicycle, or if you had a motorcycle, probably cut through the field. But wanted to show you like some of the beautiful stuff here in Midwest. A lot of places don't have places like locations like this. Like, I know some places where they would just go into a place like this, like all that forestry. It's not really a forest or anything like that. It's just a bunch of trees and stuff for a very long time. So I guess kind of like a miniature forest ecosystem. And you could set up a tent there and stuff like that. You know, you could, you know, sleep there and not be bothered. If you were out on this grass part, yeah, the cops would bother you for sure. They do have night security and stuff like that. I've never slept here or anything like that. However, if I was homeless and I was on the street without a vehicle and stuff like that, this would definitely be a location that I might be interested in. You know what I mean? So it's 9:37. I think I ate my breakfast at 4 o'clock, if I remember correctly. So it's been about 5.5 hours, and I mean, what I ate was literally one top ramen with some chicken in it. It did taste pretty good. I understand when I say something like that to a lot of people. They'd be like, well, if you think that's good, wait till you have a steak, or wait till you have some filet mignon, wait till you have some risotto and stuff like that, or, you know, homemade spaghetti. I don't mean it's good in that kind of way. It's good like, okay, it's warm, it's got nutrition from protein, it's not tasting disgusting. I actually do like finer, like I do like tasting fine dining food. I'd much rather have, you know, big portion home style like spaghetti and stuff. But nonetheless, like I said, I was hungry, so I want to show you something about, you know, day in life. This is exactly, nothing I'm doing is special for this video. This is literally everything that I do in a day in life. So for $2.61, I know it's backwards, it is a market side turkey and cheese pinwheel. They mark these things down at Walmart. You know, they're normally $3.78, but this is what's going to be my either lunch, because it's 9:38, or, you know, like snack or whatever. I'll tell you some of the nutrition values in there. I believe it's got about so the calories is 540 and the protein is 34 grams. So I'm eating this with the protein that I had earlier, because I'm trying to be mindful. The actual calories of 540 for this, it's not good. Like, normally for 540 calories you could probably eat you know, lower calorie dense food. And then I brought this from the hotel, was my zero sugar Dr. Thunder. I made a mistake a couple weeks ago where I watched a video where somebody said something about Dr. Thunder, aka, you know, Dr. Pepper, tasting like cough syrup. And after that, for the first couple times after hearing that, after a couple times of me getting Dr. Pepper, I actually get diet sodas. What I get 99% of the time or 90% of the time. I do like cold Pepsi. That's not diet or 0 calories, but nonetheless, when I heard that, it started tasting like that, and it started messing with my taste buds. But my taste buds are back to normal. I don't know. That video like did some hypnotizing things where I started thinking about that when I was drinking it, and it tasted like it. I'll talk about today's updates as well. So far, doing DoorDash, things picked up. Right now, they're slowing down, so I figured it was a great time for me to grab a snack. Not to mention, I still have the app on my phone, so if I get buzzed, I'll go ahead and do it. I've since talked to you, I did one DoorDash trip. It was $7 for 3.5 miles, which is perfectly fine. And I did 3 other trips, all equaling each trip that I did was $6 a piece. And it was about 3 miles, give or take. You know what I mean? And on the very first trip on that, I actually got a $5 cash tip, which I hardly ever get cash tips. I shouldn't say hardly ever, but it does happen. But it's not as frequent and stuff like that. But it was very, very nice. So at this point in the day of it being 9:40. My first trip was $7. Then I also I did 3 trips that were $18, which puts me at $25. Then the very first trip that I did, that was $6. The guy gave me $5 tip, so that's 18 plus 7 is 25. And $5 bill. I'm at $30 at 9:40. I've had days where that's all I made. So I hope that this day bears fruits. Like the thing about this particular video is I started off the video saying, progress, like what Tony Robbins, if he had to sum up the meaning of life in one word, is progress. So today it's progress, progress, progress. I'd like to make enough money to stay in the hotel for another week. I also would like to make enough money where I can go ahead and stack my bread up a little bit and put it, put it away to see what I need to. Or what if, I'm able to keep my car by making enough, which in the past I've always, cashed out, like crapped out basically. But I'm keeping my eyes out on. By today being progress, not only am I doing the DoorDash and having Uber Eats on my phone and stuff like that, I have my eyes peeled, man. Like I'm a banana with my eyes peeled. If I see somebody moving out of a house, or looks like they're moving in a house, I have no problem stopping and talking to them and telling them like, hey, I do DoorDash, but I'd be happy to stop what I'm doing now to give you a hand. You know what I mean? Or if I see somebody cleaning their gutters, if I saw somebody painting outside, I would tell them. I don't go on roofs though, because me and roofs, I fell off 3 of them already. Me and going on top of somebody's roof is not a good idea. But nonetheless, I keep my eyes peeled like that. If I see a U-Haul truck pull up in somewhere, I'm like, hey, what are you guys up to? Do you guys need a hand? And in the past, that has proven very well. The same thing if things slow down. It's been a while since I've done this tactic, but I will go to a Home Depot or a Lowe's when things aren't cooking up with Uber Eats or DoorDash, and I'm not able to figure something out. I go to like I said, Lowe's or Home Depot. Harbor Freight, I've never had any success at. I think it's because people are buying stuff cheap there just to save money. But I go into those places, and if I see somebody buying a bunch of drywall, I know how to do drywall. I will go ahead and talk to them and tell them, like, hey, I normally do DoorDash, but I am good at DIY. I'd be happy to help you do whatever you could afford. And when I do those kind of things, I always let Angel and another friend. I always I do a buddy system. I don't go in somebody's house without letting my friends, people that I love and I trust, knowing where I'm at. The same thing about DoorDash, to tell you the truth as well. When I'm doing DoorDash, and I got to pick up from let's say McDonald's to to somebody's house, I screenshot the trips that I accept, and I send those out to 2 friends so that everybody always knows where I'm at, because I could show up there and something crazy could happen. You know what I'm saying? It's always I'm always trying to be protective. Nothing's ever happened for me doing that, but I like to keep myself safe. It's a little bit different when you're at Lowe's or Home Depot and somebody's like, yeah, I could use some help painting and stuff like that. My rules are I never get in anybody's vehicle. I only drive myself. I don't let anybody get in my vehicle. They're a total stranger. Before entering the place, I take pictures, of the address, and before even leaving, I don't just say, hey, I'm going to follow you. I'm like, hey, what's your address? Let me put you in the my Google Maps, screenshot that stuff, send it over to protect myself, and then while I'm there, I'm when I go to leave that place, I don't just leave that place and then 3 hours later tell my friends that I just I finally left. I do real time stuff where when I leave, I say, okay, I've left the place. I'm driving back to my location, and blah blah blah. You know what I'm saying? And the same thing goes for when I living in my car, parking at a rest area or a truck stop, or stealth camping in a type of residential area. Wherever I end up that night, I let my friends know about that stuff. I also, if in the middle of the night I have to leave a place because somebody is in that parking lot getting hammered or getting drunk, or there's a bunch of stuff going on, and I need, if I feel the need to leave, I don't care if it's 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. I text the people that I'm close with to let them know where I'm going to go. You know what I mean? And they know that stuff. I wouldn't just be texting at 3 o'clock in the morning like, hey, have you? I'm just sitting here reading Harry Potter, or I'm just watching Harry Potter. I'm just watching the Wizarding Worlds of Warcraft or something. I don't know. It's always something serious, and the people that I do that with, they know that they can call me or text me in an emergency as well. I believe in that kind of buddy system. But yeah, turkey and cheese pinwheel. They do have a deli section with mashed potatoes and gravy, and it's being 9:45. They don't have that set up yet. Maybe for lunch, I might get that because they have small ones that are only a couple of dollars. It would be nice if I had this and something else, because this isn't very much. But at the same time, I am trying to lose weight and trying to eat more protein. But I got that, and I got this, and I do have some footage. I'm not sure how I'm going to edit everything all up, but I took some footage of a park. I showed some stuff there. I also showed some footage of after. I remember if I edited all this stuff right, it's all inside my head. It's like a rough draft. After I did my first DoorDash, that was $7 for 3.5 miles. I filmed the area when I left, and so today's starting to be fruitful. $30. I've had days where I've lost money, like the gas I've spent out here, and then going back to at the end of the day, it didn't make. I've been in the negative before. So I'm very happy and very thankful. And like I said, the word of this video and the word of the day is progress. I'm right outside a Dollar Tree. What trips me out is where I'm originally from. We don't have stuff like this, but every Midwest state I've been at, like behind places or out in the open, kind of, you got trees everywhere. Literally, you could walk over here and camp, stealth camp. As long as you don't get caught walking in and out of there. They do have some houses nearby, but for the most part, take a look at this. Don't even trip. I'm gonna show you what I buy at the bought at the Dollar Tree too. All right, so it's 11:13. Haven't got any DoorDash offers since the last time I told you, which I think was just before 10 o'clock. Squinting my eyes a little bit, I parked in a certain way because I'm gonna show you what I got at the Dollar Tree, and then I'm gonna show you some other stuff. All right, so spent a little bit over $5. Needed Q-tips. I ran out of Q-tips this morning. I needed some Irish Spring soap. I use Dial soap because it's antibacterial, but then I also, because I like to smell good, I use Irish Spring. So I actually use 2 types of soap. What I needed was Irish Spring. Very small bottle of Dawn, right? Now this is $1.25 at Dollar Tree, right? I think it's like $3.99 for a bigger container, but just myself and in the hotel, like when I went into that hotel, it's probably, I guess when I first got to the hotel and stuff like that, I needed soap because I use soap for other stuff, but that bottle lasted all the way till now. But staying at the hotel, I wash my hands more frequently. I use this to wash my hands. I am also cleaning my dishes. I'm also wiping and cleaning everything up. And I literally, today was like, I barely have any at all. And then I got a toilet scrubber. And you might say, well, why do you need something like that? Well, there's been a couple times the cleaning ladies or the maids at the hotel that I'm staying at didn't clean my toilet, and I suspect they didn't clean the toilet because I keep everything very, very clean, right? So they might think, oh, okay, that doesn't need to be cleaned, but I can still tell. Like, it's not like there's something nasty or dirty or anything like that, but I can see that you didn't do something. You know what I mean? So I'm not somebody who's going to complain over something like that. $1.25 when I've stayed there for a while, and it's for my cleanliness, it's for my hygiene. I don't mind using this thing, and I won't keep it when I leave that hotel. If I end up like living on the streets or living in my car or whatever the case is, I won't keep this afterwards. I'll leave it inside that place, and then the maids could have it. The maids are very nice and everything else. I know that I talked to two of them at two different occasions. One of the times she was like, yeah, it's already cleaned here. I just need to, you know, get the sheets and turn over your bed and everything else. By the way, just to let you know, the maids only come once a week. So that's one of the things that they do when you're staying at a place a little bit longer. It's not like a regular hotel where they come in every single day. So one of the good reasons of me being able to get that hotel for $250 a week is that to cut down on cost, and like it cuts down cost on the hotel, and it cuts down cost on the people going there. This is what I suspect. They didn't tell me this, but this is what I suspect. So that maids only come once a week and whatnot. But when I had that maid, I'm like, hey, one thing that I don't have is I don't have a broom and I don't have a mop. When you come in here, could you please always make sure you do that to my floors? Mop and sweep it, even if it doesn't look dirty. Could you still do it? And she said, yeah, I got you. They're real nice. They do work hard. It's probably just an honest mistake. They probably didn't, it probably didn't even look like it needed to be cleaned. But I try to keep everything clean, and this is for my own sanity. You know what I mean? No need to make a big deal of this. But so yeah, it's 11:16. I did eat that pinwheel, like I said, and I was still hungry. And what I actually brought for lunch was I brought 2 cans of raviolis. So I ate those pinwheels, and I was still hungry. I opened one of the cans of the raviolis up, and I ate that. So I'm not hungry anymore. I feel full. I damn near drank my soda all the way, so I might get myself a cold diet soda a little bit later, probably from a fountain drink or something like that. But I did want to show you some other stuff. So like, I showed you what was right next to the Dollar Tree, which is not very far from here, right? At this Dollar Tree, right next to it is like a foresty area, and then there's a house to the right, and maybe there's some houses, maybe, I don't know, 200 or 300 yards into that foresty area, if I had to guess. I'm not going all the way in there. But from the outside looking in, where I'm originally from, West Coast, every spot is utilized. Like, and it's not just the state that I'm in right now. All West Coast, not West Coast, all Midwest states I've been in. And I've been in a lot, from truck driving, stuff like that. I've been to places in the Midwest that was a truck stop, and right next to it had almost like a foresty type vibe, where people can go ahead and literally camp if they wanted to, and it'd be so dense that you can get away with it. That's one of the things that I wanted to show you in here. I had when I asked for you guys' feedback, I believe one of the comments was, can you show us more without showing your actual location? Can you show us more on here? And absolutely I can. And this is the perfect thing that I thought about. Now, it's not just this area that I'm working right now. Like, I've at this Walmart, there are RVs that come here and spend the night there at night. Sorry for that quick transition. I did get an offer on DoorDash. I did accept it. I don't know the details. It looked good enough. I accepted it. I'm sure I'll do a video right after. But before I go ahead and pick up this order and stuff like that, I wanted to finish my thoughts. Was basically, from where I'm from, they don't have like, everything gets utilized. Like, there's not dense forests and stuff like that. It's very, very common out here. However, like, people could, that's what I was saying. I have seen RVs spend the night here. I've seen people sleep in their car here. I've actually given a couple of cans of food to people who were living in their car that looked like they were very much struggling and things like that. I've also jumped those cars as well. This isn't like I said, this isn't the only area that I work. This is an area that I like a lot working in, but sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad. Sometimes I start off my day here and then I got to go somewhere else. Right now, it's too early to tell. I'm happy that I've already made $30, and then I got an order that I think was like $8, and I think it's 7 miles for $8. I'm gonna go ahead and take it. What I mean by 8 miles, it's like I think 4.5 or 5 miles out, and then I'll come back. Next clip, what I'm gonna do is, because I'm gonna make the camera face forward, I want to show you more of this forestry areas. So even when I'm at the Walmart, like I showed you the forestry areas of when I dropped off my very first DoorDash. Then I showed a forestry area that's inside of a park, and then, like, what was on the outskirts of the park. Then I showed you a forestry area right next to a Dollar Tree, even by this Walmart. And in fact, there's more of it behind the place, and then on the other side of it. But let me go ahead and show you. This is more forestry area that's actually right next to the Walmart, and there's definitely a house over on the far left. I'm not gonna make sure I don't record that, but take a look at this. It goes on for a while. Yeah, you can see the crack in my windshield. It got worse, you know, hot and cold. But check that out. Pretty cool, huh? Like, you could literally go in there and you could literally can go ahead and go in there and camp if you wanted to. I mean, you just can't get caught going in and out. I know they have some homes probably about 200 or 300, well, maybe 100 yards going deep into it. So it's not like a big old forest and things like that, but it's dense enough to hide yourself in and camp if you wanted to. However, the summer heat, it's very, very hot, and the winter months, I mean, are -10, -7, -15. Sometimes they're in the single digits. It's very cold, a lot of ice, a lot of snow. So I mean, the elements suck, but I mean, the summertime, doesn't this look beautiful? Even during the wintertime, it's still really dense foliage, you know? So just got to the hotel. I actually stopped doing DoorDash and turned the apps off at 3:06. So if you actually do the math, I started out at 6 o'clock in the morning. I had got to the area. I had the apps turned on all the way till 3. That's 9 hours of work. I am going to be talking about how much money I made, about the deliveries and things like that, but I haven't ate since the last clip I showed you, which and it's now after 4, so it's quite a bit after 4 actually, but nonetheless, I've been starving. I was going to stop by the store and get some apple cider vinegar and use a little bit of that Dawn dish soap, because I guess I should talk about that. I did throw away the bananas this morning, put them in the trash can and everything else. The maid did come and empty out the trash, so bye-bye bananas. But there's still, I'm still worried about a couple gnats lingering around. And in that event, I was going to go ahead and get some apple cider vinegar, and then you put that in little caps with a little bit of dish soap, and that actually will attract them and stop them, right? When I went to Dollar Tree, that was actually on my list. However, it had for the vinegar, the apple cider vinegar, it said raw, and like half of it was at the bottom and half of it was like dark at the bottom, and then the regular. And I was gonna go ahead and like stop at a regular store and actually get regular apple cider vinegar. And yeah, the gnats are here because one of them just flew by my ear and going around. But I'm going to be talking about all that stuff real quick as well. Just let everybody know I did start off my day, of course, like after I ate and stuff like that. Went in the bathroom, showered, brushed my teeth, and all that stuff. I actually, when I have access to a bathroom and a shower, I take 2 showers a day. One in the morning, like before work, and then of course one when I get home, because like what would be the point of me just showering tomorrow when I know that I was sweating today and working everything else. Just to give you an idea of something, 9 hours a day for the people on that have called me a beggar before and things like that. No, I typically put in 9-10 hours, sometimes even 12 hours a day, right? There's times where and I've done that, I've literally put in that kind of work and made nothing. Switch from one market to another after a few hours. Today wasn't like that. I will talk about that, but like I said, I was so hungry. Let me show you what I made. So it's top ramen. I have a packet of, I want to show that a little better. Doesn't look that appetizing, but it is what it is. I don't want to touch the camera. I got it all set up the way I want. It's top ramen. I'll tell you what it is before I show it to you again. It is a chicken top ramen, and then I put in a pack of tuna and water. Just a regular pack, and then I had a pack of smoked salmon as well. Threw that in there as well, and then wanted some more protein, so I took some Black Forest ham and threw that on the top. So. And I have a lot of water in it because I want to stay hydrated. And here, shit, no, shut it there. Black Forest on top. It doesn't look bad. I'm sure it tastes good as well. Oops. I'm sure it tastes good as well. I'm not going to eat the whole thing on camera or anything like that, but I will take a bite and I'll tell you my thoughts. And then when I'm done eating this, I'm going to jump in the shower, and then I'll do another clip, and we'll see how this video goes. Now that's what I call a power shower. I feel much better now. I still feel beat though, man. I mean, I could have, I've worked harder and longer before, and I think I made a comment saying, for a lot of people that think that I'm a beggar and stuff like that, or there's only a couple of people that have ever said that to me, so it's not a big deal. But if they actually took the time to watch stuff or hear me and believe me, they'd see, over 8 hours a day driving is not being lazy, and it's more than just 8 hours of driving. It's me trying to hustle up and make money. I will cover that in just a minute. I don't know if I took a bite. I didn't watch the last clip quite yet. I didn't look to see if I actually took a bite of it. The food, it was good. I think it'd be very boring if somebody just saw me eat. You know what I mean? Probably feel a little bit self-conscious because, you know, I don't know. I mean, I would do it, but I think it would be boring, so I'm not going to do that. Since we're talking about food right now, I'm going to talk about that. So this is, you know, still a day in the life. So this is something that I do. So you guys have been with me so far. This morning, if you remember correctly, I ate a top ramen and I had chicken in it, right? If you remember my lunch, well, it was kind of a lunch. It was a pinwheel and then a can of raviolis. And then if you know, the last clip of me eating, which probably is going to be my dinner. I'm probably not going to eat again tonight. If I do, I'll document it. But it's, you know, it's all like, if I eat, I guess I'll just tell you about it tomorrow or something. You know what I mean? The dinner you just saw me eat was actually a top ramen. I had smoked salmon and I had tuna, and then I had black forest ham in there. And now I'm gonna go ahead and break something down because I'm trying to be mindful of you know, what I eat, because it's calories in, calories out, and stuff like that. So my breakfast of top ramen and chicken was a total of, hold on a second, I'm already messing up, 620 calories and 23 grams of protein. That's not very much protein for 620 calories of food. I'll be talking about that in just a minute. The pinwheels was 540 calories and 34 grams of protein, right? Well, actually, yeah. So hold on. The pinwheels was 540 calories, 34 grams of protein, and I had a can of raviolis with it, which is 320 grams. I mean, 320 calories and 9 grams of protein, and that was a total of 860 calories with 43 grams of protein. Then that last meal that you guys saw me eat, that was most likely going to be my dinner, and I'm not going to eat anything else. That was a top ramen, which is 370 calories with 4 grams of protein. Salmon, which is 70 calories. 70 calories with 14 grams of tuna. 14 grams of protein. Then the tuna was 80 calories with 19 grams of protein. And then the black forest ham was 60 calories with 8 grams of protein, right? So that actually turns out to be 580 calories with 45 grams of protein, that meal. The whole thing of everything was calorie total as of right now is 2,060, and the protein that I've had is 111 grams of protein. I don't want my I want my calories under 2,000. I would like between 1,500 and 1,700, and the way that I plan on doing this, hopefully, is just while I'm here in the hotel, utilize cooking, but I only have like $2 or $3 in my SNAP card, which is EBT. Some people call it SNAP. I don't even know why it's called SNAP, but nonetheless, my EBT, my welfare money, I only got like $2 or $3 in that. I do have some money. I'm trying to hold on to it and use it sparingly. However, if I have a good week this week and I can stay inside the hotel, and I try to be mindful of what foods to avoid, now that I know that, off the top of my head, I could look at not just off the top of my head, I could look at my piece of paper and see, oh, okay, if I eat a can of raviolis right now, that's 320 grams of 320 calories and only 9 grams protein. You know what I mean? So I can make better educated decisions. But when you look at all that stuff, that's not very much food. Maybe to some people that is a lot. I didn't think it was very much. Normally I eat 2 cans of top ramen. Normally, it's 2 things of top ramen, 2 things of ravioli. Those pinwheels, I could probably eat 2 or 3. Well, I definitely know I could eat 2 cases of that. They're small. Normally I would actually, have those, and then I would actually have a small container of potato salad. But nonetheless, 111 grams of protein. I need to up those proteins up, and then the calories 2,060. So I need to lower the calories and up the protein. And by utilizing the hotel of using in a grand scheme of things, so I'm talking to myself, but I'm talking to you guys as well, is low fat, light low fat Greek yogurt. It's high in protein, low in calories. The tuna and the salmon is very good as well. There is a lot of sodium in that, and I have high blood pressure, but there's not much I can do. The chicken itself, it says it's 19 grams of protein for 250 calories. I should probably be doing, if I did 2 servings of that, that's 500 calories right there. I
but when I eat that chicken, I don't eat like the greasy fat parts of the rotisserie, and I don't eat the bones, which I don't think they count that. But I also don't eat the skin. So is it really 250 calories? I'm not sure. But think about it: to get 40 grams of protein in meat is 500 calories. By utilizing cooking and stuff, like I said, I'm talking to myself, is egg whites. Egg whites, I mean, a whole container of that is a massive amount of food, and that is like 500 calories. I'll have to look at it if I remember correctly, but if you have a big old container of that, and that is more than I could probably eat in one sitting, and I'm sure that it's like 500 or less calories, and I'm sure that the protein is probably out of this world, with probably like 50, 60, 70, I don't know how many grams of protein, but it's got to be more than my very beginning breakfast, which was 23 grams of protein. That's not cutting it. It wouldn't be. What I'd like to have is, I would like for my protein to be between 40 and 50 for each meal, and have it more up to 150 grams of protein per day. And I would like to lower my calories down by about 300, less than what I'm right now. So 1700, between 1500 and 1700. You know, I will drop weight pretty good. You know what I mean? I won't plateau off that. Right. The next thing we talk about is how much money I made today. I started off today with a damn near empty gas tank. I put a little bit over $35 in gas in my vehicle. I will flat out tell you, this is an extraordinary day. These things are few and far between, and I'm happy for that. I made a total of $110 today doing DoorDash, and with a combination of DoorDash and Uber Eats. There's a lot of $5 and $6 trips that I did today. I did sit for a while, and I want to talk about that. When I sit for a while, I normally will take the chance to learn something on YouTube, check my analytics, write down ideas that I might have. Sometimes I read. Today, I documented it, so when my downtime was, things did pick up. I literally started work at 6. I was in a position of at 6 o'clock, if I was asked, if I got an offer to go pick something up from a restaurant or McDonald's or any fast food, there's a bunch of fast food places on that particular street, that I was in a position to just go ahead and grab it. So I was in location. I was fueled up. Nothing was going to stop me 6 o'clock in the morning. I turned the app off at 3:06 in that same location. So I'm still at the location. Nothing was coming through, but and I had finished my last my last delivery about 3 o'clock. So I waited about 6 minutes, and was it 6 minutes? Yeah, I waited longer than 6 minutes. I'm tripping up a little bit. I knew that today I was going to stop at 3 o'clock unless it surged up. And normally with DoorDash and Uber Eats, nobody's ordering food at 3 o'clock. In fact, a lot of that stuff slows down at around 2. There's different hours for it. Like early in the morning, 6 o'clock, people want breakfast, and that might go from 6 till 9. But I'm still out there at 10. And then some people want a little bit of breakfast at 11, and then it kicks up from 12 to 1, and it's really slow at 2. However, me being out there, I'm doing it full time. I'm staying out there, and I'm keeping the app open, and I'm hustling and doing what I needed to do. So nonetheless, I've had weeks where I've made less than $100. Today I made 110. I would have to still minus how much gas I used, which I'm actually at half a tank. So I started today with a full tank, so now I'm at a half a tank of gas right now. On top of it, my gas tank holds 12 gallons of gas, so I only have 6 in there now. So I've used a total of I'd probably have to cut the 35 that I started off today with 15, 30, about $17 in gas, and I made 110. So basically, let's call it $92 or $93. That's not including when I need an oil change or any of the maintenance. Let's just count gas for now. So in 9 hours, I made about $92, $93. That's less than $10 an hour. I've had days where I've only made $20. I've had days where it's cost me $15 worth of gas, and at the very end of everything, I only made $13. So I'm negative $2. I was better off not working that day, not putting on the mileage, not doing anything like that. So, but it's the only thing that I have going on right now.
Another thing too is just when I sit and I wait, I fill out a bunch of job applications. I'm always having my eyes open. I'm trying to, I'm trying to look for opportunities and also create opportunities. There's a lot of times where you guys see me doing videos where, I'm in a parking lot and things like that. And at that time, that's my downtime because I'm waiting for orders or I'm waiting for, offers and all that kind of stuff. I go ahead and I'll record a YouTube video, or I'll record a YouTube short. I'll do something like that. It's not like I'm ever just, just having the greatest time of my life playing PlayStation 5 or playing Nintendo Switch and I'm getting my Zelda on. I couldn't tell you the last time I did something like that that was, that kind of fun. For the most part, I'm always trying to progress myself and, try to get things better. I understand that what I'm doing is not sustainable. If I got a job for $14 or $15 an hour, that would not be sustainable either. Sooner or later, my car is going to need the stuff that it needs right now. Sooner or later, I will not have a vehicle, or I will not have enough money to get a vehicle. Sooner or later, I might be just working enough just to, keep a hotel and keep a little bit of food in the fridge. It really reminds me of everything that I felt like before I actually became homeless, living in my car. And what that honestly felt like is I'm living paycheck to paycheck. I'm living day to day. You know what I mean? Every time that I pay for this place, or not every time, but I paid for this place, I think a couple weeks, right? So far, I could be wrong. It's hard for me to remember times and stuff unless I really concentrate, and I'm tired right now. But nonetheless, paying this place, I tell myself, okay, I'm good for another week, but let me make enough money to try to get ahead, or be able to get another week. It reminds me of just like when I had my apartment, man, I'm struggling with truck driving because the dispatchers were playing games. They're not putting me on routes, and all that stuff. Like if you've ever seen the video Why I Quit Truck Driving, you'll find out, I was struggling the same way. Every time I paid for my rent, I was like, okay, at least I'm here for 30 more days, but my internet's going to be turned off. My phone's going to be turned off. I don't have any money for groceries. I need to shake something up, and I hate that feeling of like you always have to work and to do something. It always feels like for every step you take, you're taking steps backwards. But I'm trying to look at things in a different light. I'm being positive about this. Today was very, very good. I got paid basically $10 an hour, and I was out there maybe let's just call it 11 hours. I mean, $11 an hour. I got $11 an hour, and I worked a 9-hour day. And started my day off really early. I'm planning on going to bed early as well. I mean, I normally go to sleep between 8:30 and 9 lately, the last couple of days. And I'm doing that because I have noticed something, that when I get there and I start turning on my app at 6 in the morning instead of at 7, that gives me an extra hour of opportunity. There's times where I've made, I just want to throw this out there, I've made maybe $20 and I've been out there 12 or 13 hours. You know what I mean? It really is hit or miss. I don't just stay there stagnant. There's a lot of times where there's just, and for the people who don't do DoorDash or Uber Eats, there is a surplus of drivers. Everybody needs extra money and extra income. There's a lot of people out there that have more than one job. There's people like me who only have this as a full-time job, and then I try to pick up money by doing little hustles, like seeing when somebody's moving, I'll go and offer to help and everything like that, and that has came in clutch. A closed mouth doesn't get fed. You know what I'm saying? But with that being said, it's too many drivers most of the time. I know that this particular area, just a couple weeks ago was very, very bad. Maybe people had enough, or maybe people decided that they found a different hustle. Maybe a new gig app opened up that was better for them. Whatever it is, I'm thankful for days like this. You know what I'm saying? I'm thankful enough to make $11. In the grand scheme of things, though, with me making $14 or $15 an hour, if I, let's say for example, had a 9-to-5 job and I was working in a warehouse, for 14 or 15 bucks, could I ever get myself out of being homeless? Is this the best that I can get? This hotel, and I'm very happy for this hotel. It's in a great area and things like that. But is this the best that I can get? Because I can't rent a place. Any place that would charge $600 or $700 a month, are in very horrible areas that I wouldn't want to live in. And it's not about me being picky. Um, if you moved in there, then you definitely don't have any time. It doesn't matter how much you work with those things. And then I understand some people will say, it's about your skill sets. Somebody in their 40s should have skill sets to go ahead and be something. But I gotta tell you, damn near every single every single type of job, it really does seem like there's too many people. There's too many people willing to work at fast food. There's too many people willing to work at Walmart. There's way too many people that would like to be waiters, servers, and servers, and dishwashers. There is and side hustles of part-time work. Working at laundromats, working at these gig apps, doing things on TaskRabbit, doing things on Fiverr, doing things, all sorts of way. So if you looked at, the kind of work that I do, okay, let's say for example today, 9 hours doing DoorDash and Uber Eats, all right. Then on top of which I'm doing YouTube afterwards, and I don't look at YouTube as a job. This is fun for me. However, this very well could turn into something that could change my homelessness. Like, that's one thing I want to share with you guys. If working at a warehouse right now, and I was getting paid $14-15 an hour, I still wouldn't make enough money to save my car, most likely. I still wouldn't be able to have nothing more than what I have right now, a week-to-week place, a hotel, right? But I'm saying it like that, but I'm very thankful for all this stuff. I'm very happy. Like, it's so hot and miserable outside and things like that, and my car's not doing good when I idle it for long periods of time. At least when I pull in here, I'm saving that. Like, if I wasn't living in this hotel, I would be spending just as much money on this hotel as I would on gas. That half a tank of driving that I did today, I have a half a tank left. That half a tank would have been donezo by the morning. And when I mean by donezo, it would have been gone. I think where everybody's in a huge heat wave. This is one of the worst summers ever. I would end up doing that. So that's $35 a day just in gas. And that's actually cheap right now. There's been times where I fill up my car and it's $60. You know what I'm saying? This is 35. You know what I mean? So I'm thankful for the cheap gas prices, and just being thankful in progress with that. The other stuff that I had planned today, it doesn't look like it's going to happen. Angel was talking about going to a laundromat, and if she did, she needed my help. One, because it's not in the best neighborhood, and I'm very protective over my friends. If they were going to go into any place like that, it's better to have somebody around, especially somebody as strong as me, the alien, right? Number two, I went ahead and, well, not number two, but I reached out to her to find out if she had that plan, because if she had that plan, I'd go ahead and help her, and I could go ahead and videotape, record everything that's going on, and not be done with this video. I am going to be done with this video in just a couple minutes of talking to you guys, which I'm sure you're aware of. Unless something happens tonight after, but I'm in the hotel. I'm done for the day. The only thing else I'm going to do is things I'm not going to record. I'm not going to record myself cleaning a toilet. The lady didn't do it. It doesn't look like it needs to be cleaned, but I can tell if somebody touches it or not. I'm just like that. But I'm going to clean the toilet, wash the dishes that I ate from. And basically edit this video and answer comments, check email, that kind of stuff, and maybe have the TV on for a while. But I had asked Angel if she was going to need my help. She's like, no, I might do it next week. And I said, okay, if you do it next week, just let me know. Tomorrow will be a different video, of course. I'm pretty sure I have an idea of what I'm going to do, but maybe I'll surprise you guys unless something happens. But if you've watched so far, type in the word pasta. I don't think I've done that one before. I gotta kind of be fabulous right now. So if you did make it to the end, please type in the word pasta, P-A-S-T-A, to let me know you rocked with me. And I want to thank everybody so much.